Guess who got into the daily drinker game? Bardstown. Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are reviewing not one bottle, but two. Bardstown's Origin series, minus the rye.
Yeah, apparently the rye doesn't come out until March.
Yeah.
Because at first it didn't come out in our area. I was like, I'll call Bardstown. We'll get that bottle either way. And they're like, not until March.
Not until March.
So we'll get to that whenever we get to March. But for everybody who doesn't know, Bardstown decided to come out with their actual all 100% their own product.
Yes.
For a gorgeous, amazing price of what, $50?
$45.99 was what I saw it for. So,
okay, $45.99, whatever it is.
It's below $50.
Sub 50.
Yeah.
Nah, hey, I'll take it all day long. So one of them is just bourbon whiskey, which it's actually this one is, and it's a 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% malted barley. 6 years old, and that one's the Bottle and Bond.
I don't want to get it confused, so keep it in the right order.
Yeah, we're at this point. I don't even know what you poured. Oh, you poured that.
Yeah, I did.
Helps if I follow, the pretty birdie. 68% corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley. So you got a high rye and a wheater.
A wheater.
So, and that, like I said, the Bottle and Bond is obviously 100 proof. That's 96 proof. And I'm excited. Because we've been talking about this a little bit for a minute now with Bardstown. We've had some of their stuff, some of their source stuff from there, and it's been pretty good. So this, to me, is exciting.
Yes, I think it's exciting because we generally love Bardstown and what they put out, and they've blended up until this point. So basically. I mean, that's the cool thing with it is it's no longer it's not a blend. It's
just straight stuff.
It's straight Bardstown liquid.
And I also just give another credit to Bardstown. I love just their transparency of everything, like the origin, the age, the mash bill. Yeah. Like they just put everything out there. They always have. Yeah. Very appreciative of that. Do we want to start with the lower proof, the 96, the bourbon whiskey?
Yes. Yeah.
Which I think is the old Wheater.
No, this is the rye.
The rye.
Yeah, this is the rye. There's just so many things I like about what they've done here. I mean, not only, I think people are hesitant to sometimes purchase Bardstown because their good stuff is their really good stuff is generally expensive, and so you're like, man, Bardstown, I don't know, and you can hear reviews and you can do all that stuff. And still maybe question whether you want to spend $150, $140, $180, whatever it is on something. And what they've done with this is they waited 6 years to put their own stuff out, which is unheard of. To me, I think most companies would have said, at that 4-year mark, we're throwing it out.
4 to 5 years.
Yeah. And so
that's what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. And so they waited, and what they waited with, I think, it's good.
So, yeah, it's definitely good. So something I was going to say is Bardstown's always been kind of, for the most part, Fusion's not as expensive.
Yeah.
Some of their collabs isn't as expensive. Most time, Bardstown's a premium whiskey kind of brand for the most part. And that's not a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. And now they're getting into more of a daily drinker expression with these. Now, from my understanding, what I was reading, I don't think they're going to be widely available. I don't know if it was 2024 I was reading.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember either. So not everywhere is going to have this right off the bat. But everybody will. Bardstown, they're building rick houses as we speak. Like, they've been building rick houses before COVID.
Yes.
So, and they just keep expanding and going. So I have full faith that this product is going to be everywhere in no time. But it did say it would be widely available. I can't remember. I don't think it was 2025. I think it was 2024.
Yeah, this straight bourbon is just a solid. I mean, it's smooth. It's got that sweetness that you like to have in like a lower proof, 96 proof.
There's a really nice like fruit salad note on the nose.
There's like the palate. There's just this brown sugar in there. There's like, it's got just a hair of spice in it that kind of is welcoming.
There's also like a really nice like whipped vanilla like icing on the nose as well. I know we've been sitting here talking so much about Bardstown. We've been sitting here drinking, not giving a note.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just overall just really to me solid. It's got a good little finish there too. It's got I think it stays with you a little bit longer than, maybe this is because this is our first drink of the day as well. And I've not really eaten anything today either, so I can feel it all the way down here. I can feel it all the way down in here. But it's like, it's welcoming. It's got a little bit of honey there on the finish, a little, like it's good, man.
So what's really nice about this, like the palate, there's a lot of apple and pear on there, I think.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. There's a lot of fruit on this. For this being the rye, I assumed that the wheat was going to have a lot more fruit on this. And to me, there's just so much fruit on the nose and on the palate. And then you're right, it kind of transitioned on the back end. There's a little bit of spice there, some oak, you know, and it's really nice. And for it being 96 proof, it's not like stellar long.
No,
but there's a nice finish to it.
No, it is.
For this being our first drink of the day.
Yeah, really good. I enjoyed that.
So the bottle and bond, I think, I've purposely not watched any review. But
I've not watched any either.
I've had a couple people text me saying that they've absolutely loved this bottle, or the bottle and bond.
I've not read anything, but I've seen people like try it and really, really like it. And interestingly enough,
man, there's a ton of honey
with this. I was at the bar and they had this, so I tried it and tried some special reserve beside it. Like I did kind of like a side by side. So I'll be interested to see.
Well, that's this is what everything's going to be compared to, since this has the wheat stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like super fresh honey. Like that organic honey that's like you get like this much in like a little tube and it costs $47. Like that's exactly what it smells like to me.
The bees were grown on.
It's the kind of honey that whenever you look at the grocery bill and you have 3 things and you realize like that was like 3/4 of your bill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just a
little bit.
That honey is definitely prevalent. There's still some fruit on that.
Well, I was gonna say there's a little bit of a cherry note on there, but not like a medicinal cherry note. More like a fresh fruit kind of cherry note.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I feel like that's an important like distinction that we have to put out there, because there are some people who don't like, that's like a wild turkey note, right? Like some people don't like that. But.
Yeah, the medicinal as opposed to the fresh. Yeah.
Man, that's so sugary.
Yep.
Has really nice oak spice to it.
Yeah, if you hold it in your mouth for just a second, that oak is really prevalent on it, which I like. Again, I think you're right. There's some appleness in there, just some fruitiness in there. That interestingly enough, I think that the finish is a little bit longer on this one than the bottle and bond, but I still like the finish on the bottle and bond.
There's a tropical fruit gum note on the palate on this I really like too.
Yeah.
There's also like and I don't know if it's the cherry that's coming up. I still get cherry with that. That's still like coming to mind, but it's like a pie filling.
Yeah.
I liked that. I remember whenever I first tried this, and I thought to myself, like, man, that has like a pie filling, and I couldn't think of what it was, and I was like, man, is it like a strawberry? Nope, it's definitely a cherry.
Just as a comparison's sake, when I did the taste between this and the Weller Special Reserve, man, this drink's like those dark fruits really kind of like, and the little bit of the spice in it really stand out and make the Weller drink like a grape popsicle. I don't know. It's like, it was so grapey. It was so grapey after I tasted it. I was just like, oh my gosh, like there's just something in there.
Yeah.
This was way better.
Yeah. I think these are great.
Yeah.
This has me super excited because in today's market, we see all these brands, especially newer brands, come out and they have to charge a lot of money. Yeah. And a lot of it's because it's a startup. They're trying to recoup money after years.
Yeah.
Either making their own stuff or having to pay for the years of that stuff sitting around and everything else. I get all that. But this being the cost that it is, and it not being, I honestly assumed it was going to be like $80.
I figured when I heard the Origin series was coming out, I was like, oh, this is going to be $80.
$80, because that's what everything is in today's market.
Yeah.
The fact that these aren't, that's awesome. Like, it's just, I have nothing but crazy high things to say. In my opinion, these are both a buy. I think I like the Bottle and Bond more. The more I'm sitting here, I think I like that finish more on it. I think to me, I think actually the finish is better than the first one.
I think the taste of the finish is better on this one. Mm-hmm. This one's a little bit longer. This one stayed with me a little bit longer. That's what I meant by the finish on it.
And honestly, I might have liked the nose a little bit more on this one than the Bottle and Bond, but I think overall the palate and finish I like more.
I don't think you're gonna go wrong with either one. No. If you can find either one of them, I would get them because I was at Liquor Barn yesterday, and my guy Paul told me, like, he said, yeah, we just got another shipment in, and they were already gone. So they're flying off the shelves. If they're available, they're gone. So if you see it, and I saw it a week and a half ago, and I should have bought them then, and I didn't buy them. And so now I'm just kind of waiting until, like, I walk in there lucky and get one.
Well, here's what's crazy. Like, both these being, like, what were you saying, $45 or whatever? You buy two of these for the price of one bottle nowadays. Yeah. On some of these newer bottles that you want to try, it just totally great. Bardstown, you crushed it on this one. So.
I'm so happy with Bardstown and what they decided to do with this. So shout out to that. It's a buy for both of us. Hit that like and subscribe, all that stuff. And until the next time, we'll see you.